And so it begins. So I am leaving on vacation for 8 days. I'm gonna spray with some fungicide, and unfortunately for me, we're getting some temperatures in the 90s, upper 90s. So I'm a little stressed off about the lawn, but luckily I have an irrigation system. So what I'm gonna be doing to cool off the lawn every single day to help with the heat stress, because tall fescue tends to not like the heat, is that I'm gonna be running the irrigation every single day. Yep, every single day. I know it seems like overkill, but I don't want to come back to a crunchy lawn. I'm gonna be running the irrigation every single day in the middle of the day for 5 to 10 minutes just to cool off the lawn. So right now it's looking good. That's because I've been watering the lawn every single day in the middle of the day to cool it off. That's what golf courses use. This is all information, by the way, that I've learned through a YouTuber named Pete Denny, who is a guru with tall fescue. And this is actually his grass seed. I'll do a review on that later. But you should go and subscribe to him. He's awesome. And one of the things that he teaches is to mitigate heat stress is to water the lawn in the middle of the day. It's called syringing, and golf courses use it all the time. And another thing he practices a lot, you don't need to mow if it's really hot. Matter of fact, your lawn will look a lot better if you just give it a break and you let it get nice and bushy and just give it a break from the heat. So I guess we should probably talk about what is lawn fungus. Your grass naturally has a fungus that lives inside of it. It lives in the soil, and it's activated when the right conditions are present. And those right conditions are when the temperatures are around 80 to 85 degrees and it's wet or raining, okay? When you have this happening at the same time, your lawn is susceptible to fungus. And here's a little bit of an example that I have here. I don't know if you could see that. See how this leaf blade has some spots on it? This can either be leaf spot or gray leaf spot fungus. I'm not an expert on all the different types, but let's just say that if you see a spot on your lawn, chances are that it's a fungus. But I am starting to see some fungus issues. Now, I have been watering every day in the middle of the day to cool off the lawn, so that could be part of the reason why I'm starting to see funguses in my lawn. So I live out here in Georgia, and the best time that I've found to spray fungicide is in May, June, July, and August. In this period right here kind of is when the temperatures are in the 80s and tends to just rain a lot, and the ground just tends to hold a lot of moisture as well. So here's my grass blades right here, okay? Because of this tall grass, you have water that kind of sits at the bottom of the plant here, and the sun is unable to really dry off the very bottom of the lawn. And so typically the lawn just stays wet a little longer. Now if you have a very short Bermuda or just a short lawn, you know, the sun just is able to dry off the lawn a lot easier. I'm gonna apply it every month, and for some reason the fungicides only last 28 days, so I'm gonna apply it every 28 days until August, maybe even September, depending on the temperatures. Now if you don't treat your lawn with fungus, I'm gonna show you a quick photo. It can and will take over your lawn and completely decimate your lawn if you don't treat it. Very common thing that people think is that whenever they have a lawn fungus, the first thought is that they need to water their lawn, like it's stressing out and needs some water, and they just keep adding more and more water and adding to the problem of their fungus. So it's really important to know and identify when you have a fungus in your lawn. So I've already applied my first rounds in May. I couldn't film that because I was kind of in a rush, so this month is already done. We're almost in June, so this is my second round of fungicide that I'm gonna be applying. So I am gonna be using some chemicals and spraying the lawn with it, but you don't need to do this. This is just one of the most cost-effective ways to treat fungus issues, especially for me since I'm spraying 4 times out of the year. Is just if I buy this stuff in Home Depot, some of the fungicide that they sell there, it would just be very expensive. So the reason why I'm doing this and I'm spraying the lawn is because it's a lot more cost-effective for me. And so if you don't need to do this. If you don't want to, if you don't have the time, you can actually just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get yourself, I think it's called Disease X, and it has the same active ingredient that some of these products have. What I'm going to be doing is putting down 2 different products, and traditionally what people have done is just put one product like propaganazole, which is the most popular. So this is not my idea whatsoever. Any knowledge that I have about fungicides is purely stuff that I've learned on YouTube through the Lawn Care Nut, who, if you don't know who that is, you should definitely subscribe to his channel, or the Grass Factor. These guys are very knowledgeable on everything lawn related. The best way to treat fungus issues is to apply 2 different fungicides. This is a group 3 and this is a group 11, and they attack the fungus in 2 different modes of action. And the way you apply this is that you apply each one at its high rate and then you divide it by 2. So you basically are putting half the recommended amount for each, and they work in tandem together. So this one is azoxystrobin, which is, think, the active ingredient in Disease X, and this is propaganazole. So I'm going to be using these in tandem together. I'm also going to add a surfactant in it. Surfactant, if you don't know what that is basically dish soap, or it's just soap. And what it does is it breaks the surface tension of water so that whatever product you are putting down, it just coats the leaf better, and it just makes it work more effective. And also I'm going to be putting down some humic 12 with it. Whatever product you mix this with helps it get into the plant a lot easier. So I'm just going to apply this as well, and it's overall just a good product to add. If you're going to be spraying something, you might as well add something that's going to counter the negative effects of a fungus. So I wouldn't just put this down by itself, I'd add something that's going to help the plant itself. So I'm going to go at the high rate, which is 2 ounces per 1,000 square feet. Sorry, I got rubbed off here. So that is 2 ounces times 4, because I have 4,000 square feet, and that is 8 ounces of this product. And now you divide it by 2 because you're gonna use half of it because you're gonna be using another product with it, and that equals to 4 ounces of propaganazole. Now for azoxy, the high rate is at 0.77 per 1,000 square feet, and it equals to 1.54 ounces. So there's a little measuring thing right here, so I'm going to measure this out and use these both. So I'm going to be applying also humic 12 at the low rate, which is 3 to 9 ounces. I'm going to be applying 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet. I'm also going to go ahead and put down some Milorganite, since Memorial Day is right around the corner. That's what they recommend, Memorial Day. And I'm going to be gone, so this is going to help just give a little bit of food to the grass while it's hot, and it's going to get watered in. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. This was the last bag of Milorganite at Home Depot, so I only was able to buy 1, so I'm just going to put this down on the front portion of my lawn here. gotta make sure that this doesn't go to waste. So I'm gonna apply 12 ounces of Humic 12. Definitely want to make sure you have water inside of here because this stuff is really, really thick. All right, and this is 4 ounces of propiconazole. Some surfactant. It's 1.5 ounces of azoxy. Give it a good mix. All right, the coffee brew is done. All that's left is just to spray it. Alright guys, that concludes the fungicide video. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be on vacation for 8 days, so when I come back, we'll take a look at the lawn. It's probably going to be really shaggy because it's not going to get cut. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.